And there's still like two stupid moms who are like, they came around and they told us we were gonna be stars, and they showed crack again, specifically for your house.
Yeah, I mean you can smoke crack in here, just not cigarettes.
That's a weird rule.
Well, crack smell goes away. That cigarette smell just fucking lingers.
Crack smell doesn't really go away.
No, you're right.
It's pretty gross.
There's times I get like PTSD. I'll hit like a weed bowl, and I'll just be like, did I smoke crack out of this once? Because it still tastes a little like crack.
Yeah, like a faint, numb sensation on your tongue.
Yeah.
Did you used to smoke crack?
Well,
sometimes.
I'd say I probably...
A little bit?
I'd say I smoked crack, let's just say 10 times.
Word.
I'd say that's probably accurate.
It depends on what you count as a time.
I'm talking like
I would say
10 nights.
No more than 10 nights.
10 nights. 10 nights.
Maybe 12.
Yeah, I'm not talking about 10 hits. Or 10 rocks.
Yeah. Also, injecting cocaine is just so the way to go. Like,
well,
if you have the option.
As discussed, my needle fear is strong.
Yeah, and as discussed, to quote Animal Factory, Dylan Walsh would shoot up piss if he thought it would get him high.
He did say this. And that's what's being an addict's all about, buddy.
Character, which means I'm destined for success as an actor as well.
Yeah.
If I just do cocaine. Right?
Yeah, works for Tarantino.
I'm pretty tired.
He is. Dylan's been up for, 36 hours now?
Yeah, closing in on the big,
How do you just not sleep? Is it the fact that it's just
48.
that hot in your house, or is it the Adderall?
It's a mixture of all things. Like, I've definitely stayed up for 3-4 days without taking any stimulants.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes my brain just goes that way.
Okay.
However, with stimulants, I've stayed up for, I want to say, probably a week or more. But reality starts to get real slippery.
Yeah, shadow people.
Yeah. I was hearing voices a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I heard that from all my my tweaker friends. You know.
Yeah.
Like
I thought that my fucking house guest might have infected me.
Yeah, Dylan let a borderline homeless guy stay with him last night.
Oh, there's nothing borderline about it. He is homeless.
He's full on homeless?
Yeah.
You can usually tell by the backpack.
Really nice guy, though. Like, I don't want to definitely say anything against him. He's a nice dude, or I wouldn't have let him stay. Yeah.
Because Dylan has standards.
Yeah, well, too often, I've got a big heart, guys. Like, in all honesty.
He does.
I fucking try to give, like, whatever I can to homeless people. If they ask for a fucking cigarette or a dollar, if I have it, I'll give it to them. I'll buy them beers, because fuck it, they're homeless. Like, you know, what's gonna make their day okay?
You'll buy a bike off of them?
Buy a bike off of them, you know, whatever. That bike got stolen while we were in Austin.
Did it really?
Did I tell you that? Yeah. I was pissed because it was the only one I had that had a steel frame, and I wanted to attach a motor to it.
And it wasn't the homeless guy across the street from you that took it?
I bet it was one of his friends, but, you know, it's not sitting there. So
there's a guy who's camped out outside Dylan's house right now that is building, like, the McMansion of homeless, like, plots. It's amazing.
It's pretty intense.
It is. It's like a flea market / campsite / antique store. It's kind of amazing to watch it. Just
it's a meeting place for the homeless people of the surrounding neighborhoods.
Yeah.
To come talk about the matters of the day, shoot dope, whatever they need to do. And almost invariably, it's where I will relapse and overdose.
Yeah, you
if
did.
I don't get out of this fucking city pretty quick.
Your apartment is. We'll just bypass the relapse and overdose part, but your 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 apartment is way better than it was in one, like the place that we hung out. I got the gain pulled up. Dylan just let one fucking crank. It's good stuff.
I hope that registered.
I think it did.
Okay, that's important.
We'll find out. I'm not going to edit that one out.
But
no, it's your other apartment, the one you were at before this one. That was a shithole. Like, this is a nice apartment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have a nice apartment now.
I do. I'm doing my best to try to keep it nice. I'm really not good at it.
Well,
but
yeah.
I think I'm making some slight progress. You know, one foot in front of the other type shit. Like I think I'm doing a little better than I was. You know, it's kind of messy right now, but I partially cleaned it today, and I plan on doing the rest of it before it. The problem is, like, I let things go until they get overwhelming. And then I don't know where to start.
Yeah, I know the.
Technically difficulty in England, but what?
What'd you say?
I said Ningaba.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
What?
Ningaba?
Ningaba.
Are you speaking Nigerian?
I'm speaking in tongues, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm receiving transmission from the Holy Lord.
Jesus. Jesus.
No, that's so funny. Fucking when me and my ex used to, like, talk about, that was when we were making fun of, like, people on speed. We would always, we would start talking, and then in the middle of a sentence, we'd start going, wow. Wow. Like sticking our tongue out. And it's not a bad approximation. Something similar to that does start to happen.
I was like 36 hours in, he's already speaking some sort of like French African.
Now, am I wrong, or do Portuguese people sound like deaf people speaking Spanish?
I think there's a little Russian in there. They sound like Russians trying to speak Spanish, in my mind.
Super.
Yeah.
It's like a little...
Yeah.
It's definitely a more guttural...
Angry. Yeah, it's a little more...
It's like if Gollum spoke Spanish.
Yeah, there's...
My gracious.
Yeah, no, Portuguese is a weird one for me. But in Portugal Portuguese versus Brazilian Portuguese... The Brazilians are a little less on the angry side. I feel like, I don't know why.
Well, because everybody's hot. You know, how can you be upset in Brazil? Everyone is a 10.
Yeah.
The whole island's a fucking nightclub. Brazil's not an island.
I was going to let that go, but I wasn't actually going to let that go at all.
The whole country. Is Buenos Aires in Brazil?
Yeah. No, Argentina.
Argentina.
Where all the Nazis went.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's why anytime I see like a South American with like a German last name, like Tom Brady's wife, Gisele Bundchen, like definitely comes from Nazi stock. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they say about those people? Really hard workers.
Yeah, very. Know how to follow directions.
Yeah. You know, if you want a house built to spec, not not a quarter inch off, fucking 2 spec.
Yeah.
Call up Nazi Hitlerton.
Yes. Gisele Bundchen's
and
dad.
Sons. Nazi Hitlerton and Sons. And they will build you a frame house with a big Gothic window.
Not only does he speak German, he's also a real estate agent. So a real estate
yeah.
So it does kind of fit.
Good callback.
Right?
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, I don't know how much he's retained at this point, but when the German ladies came and lived in my house.
You had German ladies living in your house? Did
Yeah.
you have an au pair Tell me you
I
had
had
an
many au pairs.
au pair.
They really weren't for me. They were for my younger siblings.
I'm sure.
Well, I was like 11 when
Because you needed no guidance, Dylan Walsh.
Well,
No
I
one
don't
to
know
keep an
what
eye on
kind
you.
of guidance I was gonna get from fucking Jasmine, who fucked like 4 of my cousins. I'm pretty sure Ryan is still heartbroken.
One of your cousins.
Yeah.
Did she take his virginity?
No, I just he's very taken with her. She was kind of a hose bag. Sorry, Jasmine, if you're listening to this, you weren't a hose bag. I don't know. I've been listening to my mom trash talk you for like 16 additional years. I liked you, Jasmine. I thought that you were very nice, and I don't care who you fucked. As a matter of fact, I'm all grown up, Jasmine. You know, if you ever want to, see what it's like to have sex with a kid you used to babysit.
Years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's a normal thing.
That's probably the next porn genre.
Yeah, because they have all the babysitter. That's great.
They've got the.
I used to babysit you. One time I came in when you were taking a shower. Your dick was so big for a 12-year-old.
So much bigger than your dad's. Like.
That is a weird line.
Yeah.
That makes it into a bunch of them. Yeah. No, that is true.
It's like we all like inherently need to have bigger dicks than our dads.
I think that there's, yeah.
Little Oedipus complex situation /
it goes
penis envy.
Dude, fucking, if you go back to like the earliest pre-Hellenic Greek mythology, it's all about dudes cutting their dad's scrotums off and fucking, like, so there was Uranos, whose scrotum was cut off by Kronos, also known as Saturn, and Saturn's scrotum was cut off by Zeus, I want to say.
I love how we managed to
like they were very obsessed with it.
Yeah, no, they were obsessed with big sacks and small dicks. Like, if you look at all the...
Well, big dicks were seen as barbaric.
Right, they were animalistic people. So, but, what was I going to say? We managed to fit Greece and ancient Greece into another podcast. I love how we just keep coming back to that somehow.
Well, you start talking about dicks, it's not hard to bring it around to ancient Greece, man.
It's true. I mean, it's not. I mean, they're pretty much, they're kings of the hill.
Now, the Romans liked big dicks. Greeks liked little dicks, and they liked the foreskin to hang over a little bit.
Yeah, but you're not in control of that.
That was the ideal, though.
Oh, the ideal.
Yeah, it was for the foreskin to like cover the head,
completely.
Just barely, so the penis looked a little shy. That was sort of like the, and when obviously Greek youths walked around naked,
right? Of course.
And they were expected not to be whores. They weren't supposed to be like, oh yeah, I love the attention. They were supposed to just sort of let the older men like come up, fondle their privates, and look down like shyly, like, oh, I don't even know, I'm so the ways of the world, and that was how you found a sugar daddy in ancient Greece. It was a good system.
It worked for them. Look at that. I mean, look at the philosophies we came out with. I was watching Bill and
Clearly,
Ted's,
they were on to something.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure was on
and
it.
Something might have been a boy's butt,
Almost assuredly was a boy's butt.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Bill and Ted's at the gym today, which was fun. So great.
Bill and Ted...
Excellent.
One?
The first.
Okay, not Bogus.
Not Bogus. Fuck Bogus.
I think Bogus has some charm.
Yeah, but it's not excellent.
Excellent is preferable.
Yeah, just I need more Socrates and Napoleon in my life.
You find him under Socrates.
Yeah. I was looking at that, like, I was like, who played fucking Socrates in this. It kind of looks like
I was wondering who played Abraham Lincoln. Because they got a pretty good one.
They did. He was pretty solid. I'm Abraham Lincoln.
He looks more like I picture Abraham Lincoln than fucking what's his face English guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he just looks like Daniel Day-Lewis in a top hat.
Yeah, pretty much. Just with a neck beard.
A little bit of a neck beard.
Somebody asked me. Ian Michael. I hate saying his whole name like that.
Ian Michael Singleton.
Yeah. I just
call him IMS.
Yeah, IMS. He goes, "How do you keep your face so smooth, man?" I was like, "A distinct lack of fucking facial hair is usually." He's like, "But I can see some hair." I was like, "Yeah, but the places where it's smooth, no hair, bud." Can't grow up hair.
Oh, see, I was thinking of it from a different direction.
Oh.
I was gonna be like, "Oh, I just eat more calories than I burn."
Yeah, that helps too.
Keep it nice and smooth.
Keep it tight.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it. Get it right. Keep it tight.
Just push the skin out.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep you looking younger.
I told Trevor, I was like, "Hey man, I think the more weight you lose, the more coverage you're gonna have in the facial hair department. You know, because your face is just coming together a little bit." I like to think that.
He looks good. He looks handsome.
He looks a little disheveled now. He needs a haircut.
Even so, I'm
he looks
very proud of the work that he's done.
As am I.
We love you, Trevor Dion. You are a friend of the show.
You are a friend. You're just a friend.
We need to have that was my sound effect for when we announce a friend of the show.
Yeah. They told us we're going to be stars.
They told us we were going to be stars. We really need to work out some kind of board.
I think I'm gonna add that. I'm saying this now to hold myself accountable, but I'm gonna put that in this podcast somewhere. Maybe right there. I'm gonna interject that video so everybody can see it.
You hear that, Future Glenn? Future Glenn?
Future
Bagul?
Kren.
Kren?
Yeah.
What is Kren?
I think you guys called me Kren when we played golf that one time. Jimmy James has been bringing it up ever since. Speaking of which, I'm playing golf with him and Sam next Tuesday, possibly. We're gonna I guess we're gonna kind of record that type of shit. So look out for that in a future. Whatever. I don't know. It's something.
Lazy Susan's exclusive.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this. Well, there's two. So, what I was thinking was, remember when we were down in Austin? It's going. I mentioned that I had gotten a call about doing a show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or I got a text about doing a show, and then I saw the flyer come out for the show, and my name wasn't on it. Right.
Yes.
So. Alright, so I got the call to do the show. I saw the flyer come out, not there. My name's not on it. Contact the guy who asked me to do it. He's like, "I see your name on the flyer." I was like, "Nah, man, what flyer?" So I sent him a screenshot of the flyer. Name's not there. He's like, "Who the fuck is this?" I was like, "It's Glenn." He goes, "Oh, I thought you were JB." Which sucks. That it does suck, right? What would you, if you were in that position, what would you have done? Because I was just kind of passive aggressive about it, and then he said, "Oh, I'll put you on the July show." But it's not the same, because now he's kind of has to do it, because it was such a...
It takes the joy out of it.
Yeah.
You were excited that someone asked you to be on a show.
Yeah.
And now they're obligated.
Yeah.
It's not
the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
But you have an opportunity to go and, have a good set, and
yeah, no,
maybe this guy will put you on future shows.
He does seem to be booking a lot of shows.
Somehow.
Although, I fucking hate his, what do you call it, headshot that he uses. I hate it. It looks like he's looking backwards, "Oh, you said something to me?" Like he's making like some sort of. Do you know what face I'm talking about? I need to show it.
I think I'm picturing it.
I need to show you right now so we can talk about this. Corey, get on that.
Corey, we're paying you fucking $5,000 an episode, dude. You just do shit. Yeah. Okay.
It's just
I'm surprised he didn't know who you were.
we started texting because we booked him on the Rusty show. So I don't know why he would have thought I was JB. Unless he didn't save my number until way later.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
Right?
I mean, I was about to start going into like, I wonder if they did book you, but then they got JB, and so they decided to
bump me. Yeah, that's possible.
You know, but that's almost like adding extra steps. The most likely answer
like
is
steps. Yeah.
just that he apparently somehow thought you were JB.
I mean,
it's
I'm
very
sure
weird. Like, who wouldn't know? I don't know, man.
It's a little weird, though.
Yeah.
It's like, has that ever
I
happened
guess
to
he
you?
could have put you in his phone under JB. I don't know why that would happen.
Nope. Either way, and not to mention his shows do look like a Model UN fucking high school group. You know what I'm saying? So there's not that like. Fuck it. Who cares? I mean, this is our podcast. You know, you got to have a white chick, a dark chick, some vaguely ambiguous looking girl. You know, like it's just. It's almost like the hiring practice.
No spots left for any fucking white boys no more.
You know what? It's not a popular take, but I'm just saying, like, a majority of the comedians around are white males. They just are. So if you happen to be a decent non-white person, male or female, you get booked on so many shows. It's just, I don't know.
It breeds resentment.
I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying that's my observation.
I don't think that it's sustainable to run comedy shows where your main emphasis isn't comedy.
It's diversity.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how these shows do.
I think they do okay.
I might be totally wrong. The thing with all of that, to me, is so all those people will bring their friends, and you'll get that one. But you're gonna have to keep on setting that up repeatedly.
Yeah.
And there's only so many, fucking tokens to go around. It's kind of gross, quite frankly. Like, if I were I mean, it's easy for me to say, but if I were a person of color, or, fucking Nicole says, like, it doesn't make me feel good to know that I'm only on shows because I'm a chick.
And I think Nicole's, when she's on her game, I think we've talked about this.
So nobody can say she's not a good comic.
No.
She's definitely a good writer, a good comic. Never would say or have said that that's not true.
Of the female comics that come around, if we want to throw a little rank on it, like I'd probably put, like, that you see somewhat often at the mics anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put Nicole at the top of that.
Yeah,
I'd probably go Nicole, Vicky, Holly. And then after that, it's just a whatever.
Well, that's Glenn's list, but...
That's my list. I don't know. Do you not
agree? I wouldn't say that you're too far off. Okay. Certainly. I think Nicole's very funny. And she's described, like, sort of... I don't know if the term would be, like, imposter syndrome or... But I imagine that, like, if the tables were turned and I was only getting booked because I was a white man, which supposedly happened at some point in time, I kind of... Because you still have to be funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a lot of us.
So, but if it was like, oh, well, I feel like these people are only hiring me because I'm Irish, or if I suddenly started getting a bunch of work doing, bar mitzvahs and shit, I would love that. That would be nice.
I would love that. You should do brisses.
Hey, who needs to laugh more than a fucking moil with blood in his mouth?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can imagine that it would be like, well, do these people like me because I'm funny, or do they like me because I'm filling a slot? Because I'm useful to them?
Well, see, and this is what I do get about it, though, is like, when I drove Uber, right, I'd end up talking about comedy with a bunch of people. And depending on, like, the race or sex or gender, whatever the fuck, of the person that I was talking to, almost across the board, they would list off comics that were in this, that were the same ethnicity or gender.
That they were.
Yes, they were. So, like, I get it. Like,
apparently the white man's dollar ain't good no more.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying, Glenn. There's a big audience out there that's not being taken advantage of, and that's why we need to start doing an all-white comedy show. It's coming, fucking August 2021, Dilly and Glenn's all-white comedy review. Buy your tickets now.
It's true. It's going to be naked. We're going to be naked.
It's going to be naked, no big dicks in sight.
None.
Everyone's just fucking nervous.
Yeah. We're going to call it mayonnaise. Even though, I don't know, that doesn't make any fucking sense. But you hate mayo.
Come on, may some nays.
Is that, what tune was that to?
Come on, feel the noise.
Is that like fucking...
Girls, rock your boys. It was, I hate that I know this much about this song. It was originally by Slade, and then the most famous version is a cover by Quiet Riot.
I hate you for knowing that.
I saw Quiet Riot live once.
I bet you did. You were singing along. Hey, okay, so this is the other thing I wanted to ask you about. So, for me, I snorted all my drugs, right? This is a good segue.
Away from the white men and comedy themes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll return.
I'm sure we'll get there. I'm sure that's not going to be a one-time topic.
So,
but
how it's so unfair to be a fucking...
Sucks being a white guy.
In comedy, at our level, it's not great.
It's not great, Bob.
But, I don't want to be complaining about it.
No.
Get what little I have taken away.
Listen, I appreciate my white privilege.
So let's talk about the white privilege stuff's getting a little dodgy. Let's talk about something
drugs.
that will be not as bad for my image. So I used to inject heroin.
Yeah. You like shooting yourself in the foot? You should try heroin. I used to snort all my shit, so crushing it up and lining it up and doing all that was my sort of,
I wonder if we could get Dave from Dopey on here.
I don't know.
I bet we could get him to Skype in.
Maybe.
I'll email him. Sorry,
you injected everything under the sun, right? For the most part.
I injected... That was my preferred method of administration, yes.
So when you got the vaccine, did you get like a little...
I was worried about that, actually. That the whole... But they do it... It's so clinical.
Yeah.
And it's not like they stick it in your vein. They shoot it in your muscle, so it really wasn't a problem. If they'd like tied me off and fucking done the like, dude, you know what I miss the most is when you hit a vein and that little flash of blood goes into the fucking syringe.
Yeah, you used to do that.
I dream about that, dude.
I know people that inject just love that shit.
Yeah. Have you ever felt the inside of my elbow?
I don't want to. It's probably all knotted up in there.
It is just a fucking big, like, not big, but over where my vein was, you really can't feel the vein. It's sort of starting to come back, but...
So do your hands, like, lose, like, circulation real easy?
Like,
do your hands get mad cold?
No, I haven't noticed that. So I think that I so far have been pretty lucky as far as that type of stuff goes. Especially considering that, like, on multiple occasions I did stick a needle through a nerve.
Yeah.
Which is crazy feeling.
I've heard that's not
It's like
great.
sticking your fucking finger in a light socket.
Yeah. That doesn't sound fucking awesome.
Yeah. Your whole fucking arm just contracts, like, without your control over it.
Right.
Which is not good because there's a needle in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I broke a needle head off in my arm once, but that was scary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, don't do that. You know what's funny? Like, when I'd be, like, scrambling trying to find some drugs, you know, back in the day, I'd go down to Boston Medical, where all the homeless hung out, and I'd ask them, I'd be like, hey man, can I get some dope? You know anybody who's got any dope? They'd be like, yo, let me see your track marks. I'd be like, I don't have any. I don't have any track marks, man. It was almost like the fucking secret handshake to get drugs from the homeless. I had to show them that, like, I fucking shut up because they thought I was a cop.
Yeah, exactly.
They thought I was a cop. I was like, I don't know what I got to do.
No, that's just it, man.
Yeah. It sucked.
That shows that you're in the life.
So
I could still probably fucking go off of just that, and I have this on top of my hand too. This was maybe my favorite spot.
Dylan, if you're a cop, that would be... I don't think you'd even have to show them your track marks if I'm being honest.
That's a good point. I could be undercover.
You could be, but it would have to be, like, deep cover.
Yeah.
Ooh, someone's calling Dylan. Watch your court. Watch court! You forgetful little shit.
I just get so easily distracted.
I know. Yeah. So, drugs.
Fucking, when I first glanced at this, I totally thought your mom was reading a bondage book. Is that not totally like the rope that
tied,
you would use to...
Wow.
Yeah, it says tied.
It says tied. Tongue-tied definitely elicits some sort of sexual, which is probably why it's a great name for a book. I don't even know what it's about, but...
How a tiny string under the tongue impacts nursing, speech, feeding, and more.
Oh, yeah, that little thing. This probably has something to do with, like, my little niece. Oh, I told you I kind of ruined my mom's birthday in so many different fucking ways last week.
What's up with your niece?
I don't think there's anything wrong with her, but I don't know. It's probably something to do with speech.
She has a...
I don't know.
She's little.
Yeah, she's only like 6 months old.
Okay. Duh.
But, like, so
and
much...
What'd you do?
Well, we're sitting here much like we are right now. And my sister's she's a teacher, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's used the pandemic as a little extra way to get... a little extra stay-at-home time with the baby, right? Because now she's doing... She managed to squirrel her way into doing all the virtual shit. And
I don't think she's squirreling her way into doing
well, everybody else had to go back in
class virtually, man.
She is. Because all the other teachers had to go
maybe,
back.
I don't know.
No, all the other teachers had to go back in.
I'm just saying, my mom is a teacher, and she still has to do, like, some classes. She's in there mostly, but I still think she has to do some virtual shit.
Right, but my sister did it so that she could stay home with her kid.
Yeah, what a cunt. I hear you.
Okay, hold on. That's fine. I have no issues with that.
I'm joking.
Okay, all right. I got no problems with that. The problem that I'm having is, like, she was complaining about her. She's like, well, first she goes, unfortunately, the baby doesn't need Nolan, who's my brother-in-law. The baby needs me. I was like, you mean it needs your titties? Which is a weird thing to say to your sister, but whatever. And she goes, yeah, so I don't get any sleep. And she kind of, like, looks over, like, kind of throwing her husband under the bus. And I was like, yeah, but...
Like, it's his fault.
I was like, yeah, but Laura, he does physical fucking work. He's outside, he's doing landscaping and shit. Motherfucker needs sleep. She's like, you're saying I don't do anything physical? I'd love to see you be a mother. I was like, one, want no part of that. You know? And two,
different kind of physical.
Completely different kind of physical.
Only someone who has never done landscaping in fucking July heat would compare those two things.
She set herself up perfectly for, like, the Bill Burr joke. I'm like...
Yeah, these women are breaking their backs, putting DVDs into DVD players.
Sending them to bed on some trumped up charges, you know, so I can watch The Price is Right, have a glass of wine. I'm just like... She stormed out afterwards. I was just like, what the fuck? Like, can we just... Either way. And then later that night, I woke up in the middle of the night and ate the rest of my mom's birthday cake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Munchies?
Yeah. Kind of slept, ate. It was like 2 a.m. Just woke up, brought the entire fucking, like, half the cake in my room. Downed it with some ice cream.
Half a cake?
Dude, I fucking downed it. I felt so shitty about it. I did a joke about it last night, actually.
It didn't occur to you while you were eating it?
Dude, I was eating it by the fucking handful. Just going at it. It was not great.
Wow.
Yeah.
You went into a fugue state.
I did. It happens sometimes. I do kind of sleepwalk a little bit.
Well, did you explain to your mom that you were...
I slept, ate, yeah. And I bought her some yogurt.
I mean, I can't imagine. You're a pretty courteous dude. I can't picture you just being like, fuck your birthday cake.
It's sort of what happened. I also ate all the ice cream, too. I went after it, man. Yeah. When I fall off, I fall off. There's no halfways. I'm gonna eat that cake.
I love turning the microphone off so we can talk shit about people.
Yeah, without having to bleep it out. Just get it out of the system, get the poison out. It's almost like masturbating.
There are so many people in this scene that I have just serious annoyances.
Grievances
and
with?
Issues with, yeah.
Well,
I hate almost everyone.
But I can't say I feel the same. However, we do need to talk about what happened at Rick's last week.
Oh, a little bit of twincest?
Yeah. Apparently. So, Rick's is kind of famous for its, let's just say...
Eccentric.
Yeah, eccentric,
clientele.
Crowd, clientele, audience, yada, yada, yada. And there's been a couple, like, the last couple weeks, homeboy and his twin, now transitioning sister, was his brother, now is a sister, total burnouts. Like,
I've known them for years now, dude. And, like, they've always been that weird on some level.
Even the tranny?
What
was the tranny like before?
Well, that's not the
tranny?
preferred nomenclature. But
It's not.
the tranny was weird. They used to do like, so as best I can remember, the tranny would play sort of like ghouly, like rockabilly, spooky songs, like sort of Cramp style. Sort of. And the brother would lip sync Eminem songs.
That's quite the duo.
Like at a show where like people are playing musical instruments.
Yeah.
And
lip syncing to
doing poetry and all sorts of stuff. Kick it, fucking, and then just lip sync The Way I Am.
That sounds like a treat.
As people just
walked
out to have a cigarette.
Right out. Yeah. Well, so you weren't there when this happened, but I heard it happen, right? That
you heard the cocks being sucked?
Yeah.
Real?
The slurping. Yeah, no, I heard it. I didn't hear it. I heard a friend of mine get herpes once, but I did not hear this.
Oh, Jesus. It's a story for a different day.
I mean, no, it can be a quick one. Yeah, no, it was New Year's. We were in New York. Myself, my friend Phil, and Jeremy all went out in New York for New Year's Eve, and my buddy Jeremy ended up going home with a girl. We all went back to her place. Phil and I ate some pizza, and they went in the bedroom. And we heard them, go at it for a little while. End up coming back to Rhode Island, and a month later, my boy goes, "Yo, I got herpes from that chick." And I was like, "I heard you get an STD."
He was positive it was that chick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because she told him later.
It's pretty wild.
I've never... Just to say, I like being able to say that I heard someone get an STD. You know? That said...
I had sex with a chick with herpes, but I wore a condom. That's one of the... Ladies, if you ever, really want me to wear a condom, just tell me you have an STD. What am I going to do? Not fuck you? Just wear a condom. Wrap it up.
Scare tactics always work.
Yeah, lie to me.
Yeah.
You're lying about other shit anyway, you fucking bitch. But, go on.
No, but then, I forgot who told me. You didn't tell me. I told you about the twincest thing, right?
Yeah.
But
that is wild, dude. Like, they were always weird, but I didn't think they were that weird.
Yeah, maybe she transitioned so, like, the twincest was at least straight. I don't know.
That ain't straight.
I'm aware. Because she doesn't look like she's got the
Glenn,
money.
are traps gay?
Are who?
Are traps gay?
Traps?
Yeah, traps.
Explain to me. What's a trap?
Like, a boy that looks like a really pretty girl.
Oh. I'd say there's probably a little gay in there, yeah. I was actually just thinking about that.
Traps are a little gay.
Traps are definitely less.
They're not like village people gay.
Yeah, no, they're less than straight. They're the guys that go to they're so vain, they obviously appreciate the male.
Less than straight, or maybe more than straight.
Maybe they are
depending on how you want
to. Personally, I think they're less than straight.
Sort of a cup half full, half gay thing.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I'm a pessimist as far as traps go. I'd never heard that term before.
And this friend of ours is no trap. Believe me.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, friend of ours, super awkward. So fucking awkward. Don't you love it when people just walk up to you, like...
I love it when people transition and they fucking completely change their personality. Like, all of a sudden you're carrying a purse and being like, honey, sweetie, babe, blah.
Oh.
It's like, I don't know.
Well, Yeah.
I always assumed that dude might have been gay, but he wasn't like that before.
Well,
It's like what kind of... This is what makes people feel like you're using this as like a fucking costume, is the fact that you're completely, oh, well, I just feel like myself now. I always wanted to call everybody honey baby and not shut the fuck up and suck my brother's dick.
That's exactly what this transitioning... I don't know, if there's never a plan to cut the Johnson off, are you really still transitioning?
You don't have to get bottom surgery to be trans,
Well, then it's not... You're not really transitioning at that point. You're just kind of plateauing.
Well, if you've... I don't know. Far be it from me to tell people, like, when they've transitioned or what to do with their body or anything like that. If you feel comfortable living as a woman and you don't want to have bottom surgery or any surgery, like, who am I to take that away from you? Like, I definitely... Dude, like, I have no fucking hate in my heart for trans people. I think it's horrible that there's such a high incidence of suicide. I think that people who commit hate crimes against trans people are super fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't agree with any of that. I don't understand why I'm not allowed to talk about it and, like, have feelings and maybe have them be fucked up feelings. Like, why am I not allowed to have... What is this thing that happened in this country where we're not allowed to be wrong about anything?
Yeah.
Or have fucking fucked up feelings or have an adjustment? You know what I mean? Like,
You can't.
how is anybody supposed to get better if everyone is expected to be, a perfectly molded angel of your conception all the time? But in any case, how you heard what?
I forgot who somebody told me that
what
was
happened?
there later. Apparently they went back to their car and then...
I was in that car earlier that night.
Yes, he was. He was in that car and I was very
No,
worried.
I was.
I know you were.
Yeah.
I was very worried that that you were smoking crack that night, remember?
Yeah, no.
Which you didn't.
They didn't have crack.
No, they were just putting out lines
of
of Adderall, right?
Yeah. All I saw them doing was Adderall.
Well, apparently they did Adderall and then they fucked each other.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if it was Corey that told me. Somebody told me on Monday.
How did this come to light? Someone was peering in the car window, or
sure somebody just walked by and saw some hot, steamy, ball slaps.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah, that's
really a lot.
That's so many different ways of fucked up. I mean, but like the thing is because I've met them, it's not like as shocking as it is. It's not out of the realm of like, yeah, I could see that happening, right?
Yeah, I definitely, when I heard that, I wasn't like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's right.
I was like, oh, that's an interesting development.
Yeah, you're just like, okay.
But someone walked by. I mean, is this 100% confirmed?
I don't know. I'm sure
they are annoying. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say they're not annoying, but are we sure that someone's not,
telling some tall tales?
Yeah.
Some
That's some pretty... dude, fucking your brother.
All right, guys. Susan's, we will report back on this for next week's episode because we're going to this mic tonight.
Smash cut to next week.
Yeah, smash.
Yeah, they were fucking for sure.
Yeah.
Their pictures.
Yeah.
Someone got Polaroids.
Yeah, we saw it. It happened again tonight.
Well, that's the... do you think we're going to see them tonight?
They've been there the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, but as far as I know, they hadn't been caught fucking in the parking lot.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they're there for drugs. There's a lot of coke and amphetamines that flow through there.
Obviously.
So I think I think if they were worried about being embarrassed about fucking each other in a parking lot, they probably wouldn't have fucked each other in a parking lot.
Well, sometimes the
Nature
mood
calls.
just strikes right.
Yeah, and just want to fuck your brother sister.
Yeah. Damn, dude. That's
next level
pretty
shit.
intense.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That's one of those porns that you stumble on and you kind of hate yourself for like months.
What, the one where the twin brothers fuck each other?
Like you just like you're scrolling through.
Oh, I hate that this turns me on so much.
Oh, what is going on here? Man.
No, but like I don't know. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that wasn't like a spur of the moment decision.
No.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
You know what? I know that we're both 33 years old and we've never experimented sexually before, but I'm just high enough to fuck my
Brother, sister.
sister. Yeah.
Let's just, I mean, well, you can say brother.
My sister who was my brother previously.
Last week was my brother, now is my sister. Yeah. Like the Wachowskis?
Oh yeah, they both transitioned,
They both transitioned. It really makes me think alright, this is not a popular take, and I'm probably wrong. However, I do think
Glenn's getting canceled.
Yeah, it's probably not the best. It is Pride Month and all, so...
Happy Pride Month, everyone.
Yay! But I do think that it seems to me that there's at least a possibility that being trans is more of a mental disorder than like a naturally occurring, like, I don't know. Like,
What exactly is it if not a mental disorder? I mean, dysphoria is a mental disorder.
Right. So
if it's not that, how... And again, like, this is what I'm saying. Like, fucking, I can see already people being like, how hateful that he's saying if it's not a mental disorder, it's... But how would you classify it? What is the state,
Well,
you're straight, you're gay, you're...
Well, being gay is... that happens in almost every animal. Like, we're animals at our core, right? And it happens in a bunch of different species.
Many animals
have
engage in homosexual activities,
right.
certainly.
So, like, I think that seems to be a normal, naturally occurring thing. I mean, how would we ever know that if a dog says...
But there are also animals that will pretend to be women, will, release hormones to trick other males into thinking that they're women in order to secure mates. And there are animals that literally change their sex.
Based on if there's a lack of...
Well, sometimes just based on the life cycle of the animal, and sometimes based on, the available partners. The
frogs.
Whatever.
No. Jeff Goldblum.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frog DNA.
To put it simply. But like, clownfish, Finding Nemo is really fucked up when you consider that either Nemo or the dad is going to transform into a woman, and there it is, right back to incest.
Yeah.
He only wanted to find Nemo so bad because Nemo was the only thing that he could fuck. After Nemo turned into a chick, so it was cool. I told you, I briefly did a podcast. We literally only released like one episode and maybe recorded 2 or 3. I did a podcast with a trans person who, I mean, maybe we could have her on to explain some of this. You know, if she's willing to take the questions. Why it seems like it's not appropriate to ask these questions though. And like on an individual basis, like if you don't want to tell me about your life, that's fine. I don't need to know the details of your individual thing, but I don't know, people, whatever metaphor people make gets sort of like, yeah, but, and again, like, people might crucify me for this, but I'm just gonna throw this out there. If people can be the wrong gender in their brain, and it's truly they're born with a brain of, you know, the wrong sex, or whatever, where they intensely feel that they're in the wrong body and all of that.
Yeah.
Why is it impossible that there are transracial people?
So I've heard somebody talk about that recently.
Now, I understand, like, okay, so maybe the implication would be, you know, obviously because a black person's brain isn't different than white person's brain, and to say that people could be born with a black brain when they're white could bring up some ugly, you know, scientific theories and from history and whatnot. There's some history there.
Now we're getting back to Nazis, but yeah, no.
So I understand that distinction, but it doesn't.
What are male and female brains different?
If you can, well, that's another thing. Is it's with transsexuality, it's all wrapped together. So you have a feminist saying male brains and female brains are the same, but you can be born with a female brain and a male body. And actually, male brains and female brains aren't the same.
No.
Female brains are smaller. Is
it just because they are smaller?
Yeah, that doesn't mean that they're less intelligent. Their IQ is not significantly lower, or it could be higher, depending on the year.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But by mass, by volume, women's brains do tend to be smaller. So that's maybe what it is trans guys
have smaller brains,
have little brains, and trans, female to male, they got big brains, which is why they're so pissed off all the time. Brains gotta be uncomfortable. And this is why I'm patenting a new surgery to alleviate symptoms of whatever identity disorder. What we do is we take an ice pick like instrument and put it in
lobotomy
in your eye. Well, I wouldn't use that word. Yeah, and we just kind of wiggle it around in there, and we slosh up some of the extra brain and relieve that pressure, so you can go back to doing the fucking dishes, bitch.
You know me. I love a good misogyny. Misogynistic take. Fuck. Yeah, so if this podcast doesn't get us in hot water, nothing will.
Oh, I mean, I can definitely do way worse than this. This is just me legitimately asking questions and expressing my viewpoints. If I wanted to be intentionally offensive, I could be a lot more offensive than this. Yeah. I'm not being intentionally offensive, but I know that some people will take it that way. And that sucks to me that in the world today, context and intent seem to matter for very little.
This is true. Although you did just say, "Hey, want to feel like the woman that you are? Get a lobotomy." I didn't. Yeah.
I stand by that.
I stand by it. Yeah.
But also, this is a comedy podcast.
It is a comedy podcast.
I don't think that people should get lobotomies. Unless
you're a Kennedy.
I had a personal problem with them, then I think I should be able to decide who gets lobotomies, you know.
Who would you... Give me a few people that should get lobotomies.
People who could use lobotomies. Will Wells.
I know. I just put it on a platter for you to just like
Nicola Claire. Holly Johnston, so she'll be my bride. I don't care if you're half zombie, baby. Just come home. And me, I could probably use a lobotomy.
Dude, I'd love a lobotomy.
Yeah, you know.
Ignorance is bliss, man.
I'm not sure that that's exactly how a lobotomy works, but to my understanding, the other thing about lobotomies is like the brain is much more plastic than I think they understood at that time. So even if you sever portions of the brain, your brain like reroutes that.
I mean, it's the brain. It does some fucked up
Especially
shit.
The younger you are, the more so. But even in adult, that's why people can, you know, become paralyzed and relearn to, you know, regain mobility and stuff, is because their brain and nervous system literally finds a way to,
life finds a way.
There's a case of a guy who had, I believe it was his left lobe, like a third of his brain removed in his youth. And experienced... No, it didn't grow back. It just stayed empty. But the remaining brain tissue rewired itself so that it there was no significant, certainly, ill effect in later life. His brain basically healed itself, and you know, brain matter is a really fascinating thing. Obviously, like, that's as much as I know. I'm no fucking neurosurgeon,
yeah.
But
neuroscientist. Well, that's been our that's been our amateur take on neuroscience. We're at like an hour, so we'll do another like 15 minutes, and then I'll probably end up cutting it down to like an hour. But we'll see. I mean, depends on how it goes. But
don't go too crazy.
No, I'm not.
I want to get another one out as soon as possible.
No, I'm not going to go crazy. Now that I know how to edit,
I should be able to.
Yeah, I should be able to.
Quick.
The only thing that's going to change is I might throw in like a Glenn and Dilly Productions type of thing, like Chris did. You know?
No, totally. Once I get an external hard drive, I'll be able to help with the editing as well.
Yeah.
So we can possibly get some of those older episodes out.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for the older episodes.
Especially that one that I can only release if I never plan on returning to Providence.
Oh, yeah, that one? Yeah. Well, and there's
There might be a couple like that.
I think like a good third of the first ones are.
Just talking shit.
Just talking shit the entire time.
Dilly and Glenn.
I mean, but that's the comedy community. God damn it! If I hear one more person say, "I came from the music scene," everything. I was from the music scene, and now I'm in in the comedy scene so much just comparing the two incessantly. I don't give a fuck.
They're really
about
not comparable.
They're not.
Also.
Well, I don't know. I've never been a part of the music scene. But, like,
I've been a part of the music scene as a comedian.
And as a musician, correct?
Much less
yeah.
doing music than doing comedy. I was in a band in college. I fucking used to, like, sing at open jams and stuff, but beyond that, I was never, you know... Yeah. I've never been, like, in a band in Providence, or... Not really. I've had a couple of attempts at forming stuff, but...
Okay.
And now my voice is so fucking shot. Like...
Yeah.
You know, maybe if I learn guitar properly, fucking goddamn Nicole taking that guitar. I know you never use it.
Of course not. You'll get it back. Well, she's gonna move out now.
I think she might have already moved out.
I don't think so. From what I know. I've been still getting,
He's gonna go live in fucking Nick Anthony's car.
I don't think he's gonna allow that.
Damn, dude. Hey, Nick. I don't want no beef, man. I didn't mean to be so aggressive.
Yeah. If you actually listen to this. He means it.
Could have chosen my words better, alright?
Dilly was a little frustrated. He was under some stress.
I think I was on mushrooms.
I don't know if that's what
one of the times that she called.
I think it was the same day you had to ask Mama Dukes to help you with the plane ride home.
That's possible.
You were stressy that day.
I feel like it was... Oh, I don't know. I feel like she called midweek. Like, once on Tuesday and once on Thursday or something.
Yeah. Yeah, either way. It's just
one was a bleeder, and one was a fucking too many pills.
Fucking...
And it's like, why do you do this shit if you're just going to call someone to throw you a lifeline? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, have some follow through.
Pussy. Yeah. It's just it's
if you're listening to this, I don't want anyone to kill themselves.
No.
But
dude, you know what? I don't want anybody to kill themselves either. However, don't fucking...
Suicide attempts for attention is a real low blow.
It's just annoying at some point. It's just like, listen, you obviously don't want to kill yourself. Stop trying to get attention from me in such a fucking negative way.
But she does things that could kill her. Is the other, you know...
Could.
It's not like she's just fucking calling up to be like, hey, I'm thinking about, you know... It's never that. That would be better if she was like, I'm thinking bad thoughts. What should I do? I can do a lot more with that than here's some pictures of my fucking
but they never
slashed
want to solve
open
the issue.
wrists.
They never want to solve the issue. They just want to talk about how fucking depressed they are. That's it. Like, to me, to you, to whoever, it's just like, I can't do anything for you except to just sit here and listen to it again and again and again and again. But like at some point,
especially I'm in fucking Austin, and you know I'm in Austin.
Yeah. So let's just fuck your day up, worrying about my ass. It's really pretty selfish if you think about it. Just like,
especially I couldn't do anything if I wanted to, and if you weren't, dude, fucking, you call up, you say, oh, I took a bunch of pills and I slashed my wrists open. But please don't call 911 because I don't want to go to the loony bin. Next time I'm calling 911.
Yeah,
I'm done with this.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, dude, I think I might have told you this. I told the ex-wife that if she ever found me unconscious, or like whatever, don't call an ambulance. Like, just let me go. And to her credit, she did one time find me fucking just completely gone in the basement, and she didn't call the ambulance. That was, yeah, that happened.
Dude, I hate to say, like, I've been on the other side. I've been your wife in that situation.
Ex-wife.
With a bunch of different people, and that was a dick thing to do, man.
Oh, I know.
Because that shit sucks.
Well, the thing was, I didn't want... most people actually
I've carried a chick, like, down 3 flights of stairs who was fucking seizing up, overdosing. I fucking watched my girlfriend at the time fucking just take a whole bottle of prescription medication like it was a shot. I've seen the fucking slashing up, the fucking craziness, dude.
Yeah, I never...
And it's scary, and it's frustrating, and I don't know, dude, like, there's definitely, like, if there is such a thing, there's damage done to my soul from being in those situations.
Oh,
you know?
yeah. No. There's the amount of trauma that you experience in that life is...
Yeah, it was traumatic.
Yeah.
Dealing with friends who, if something isn't done, are going to die, it is traumatic. And that's another reason why I wish that people so-and-so wouldn't call me with these fucking suicide attempts.
Yeah.
You know?
I do.
And again, I don't fucking want to tell anyone how to live their life, but you know,
don't do heroin?
No, just like
you're so self-absorbed in those moments, like in that you know, telling somebody, hey, consider the people around you, you know, and the effect that your behavior is going to have on them.
All they're focusing on is the pain.
Yeah, in themselves, in their pain, and what I can do to make that go away. So, like, I understand what you're saying, but at the same point, that message is never getting through. Not until they're on the other side, and they realize the stress that they put people through. At least I can say that from my own personal experience.
Well, as you know, I have my theories that this person may at least exhibit signs of being a sociopath.
I love how you say this person like we haven't been using her name the entire time.
We haven't.
I think
we've been pretty good this episode.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's not. Let's pick it up for the closer here. This has been a good episode, but
I'm feeling lazy, Susan.
Yeah. Well, you've been up for a day and a half.
I'm
Your eyes are... See, oh yeah, this is what I love. Anytime Dylan is like tired or just acting a little off, everyone comes up to me now and goes, "What's up with Dylan? Is he fucked up?" No. Where'd he go? Remember, we were even talking to Steve, like on the way out, and I was just like, "Yeah, I got him. I'm bringing him home." You know, like, cause he was all worried about you. I'm your keeper now. I'm your big brother.
Dude, I'm not trying to make people fucking worry about me. Like,
no, but they do.
It's not intentional.
No, but people love you. People love you, and they're worried about you.
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
If they didn't say anything, they wouldn't care.
But how can they love me if I don't even love myself? They told us we were gonna be stars.
Told us we were gonna be stars.
I don't know, man. Fucking. You know what I say? What's this dick and balls to me? Make me a lady. I'm gonna go suck my twin's cock. What's life all about, you know?
Yeah.
You wake up in the morning, you go to work, you suck a cock, you cut your balls off, and then you die. Shoot some dope into your cock that you say, doctor, I don't want the testosterone, but I like shooting dope into my cock, so can you leave like just the vein part? So you just have like a little veiny strip hanging where your cock was that's for shooting dope. And that's how you know who's a real motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
You're so much more creative than I am. Oh, this is gonna be. I never want this picture to see the light of day.
Why am I more creative than you are?
I don't. My brain would never come across. Just leave the vein to shoot. You know. Is that the circle of life that they're singing about in The Lion King?
The circle of life being my balls and cock?
Yeah, in the vein.
Wrapping around Africa?
Yeah. Like
not The Lion King. However, most of the sets at Live Aid were in fact...
Which one?
Live Aid, the original Live Aid.
Because I think they did another one, didn't they?
They did Live 8 in 2006
at the O2 Arena
or something.
Yeah.
For Hurricane Katrina.
Is that what that was for?
I believe so. I think it was to raise money for Hurricane Katrina. And it was not as cool, from what I've heard.
No.
But, you know, could be worse. People could have gotten raped.
Could have been
Woodstock.
Could have been Woodstock 99.
Yeah. At a certain point, they just stopped fucking doing those.
Yeah, they're like, oh, yeah, it's 100 degrees. You want water? It's $20. You're either gonna get raped or die of fucking.
Yeah, man.
Dehydration.
Fucking.
I was, what was I? I was 15 when that happened. 16 when they did Woodstock again, like for this third time, because they did one in '94 too, right?
Yeah, you would have been 16, so I would, because I was 6.
Yeah.
They did one in '94 that was relatively uneventful. The biggest thing that they always show in news coverage about that one is like it rained.
Yeah.
So there's fucking people were covered in mud.
Like the first one, like the one in '69.
Yeah, but I think that was the extent of it, and also I think they like ran out of some amenities, and there was some issues like that. Whatever, but. 99 is the one that devolved into chaos, where they started burning the fucking shops and, you know.
Well, 94, the music scene was still legit. There were still, like, good, I don't know. Like, that was like peak grunge, you know? Kind of, almost.
I get. The only band I can think of that was definitely on 94 was Green Day.
Pretty sure Pearl Jam was there.
That would make sense.
Pretty sure.
I don't think Nirvana played.
Nirvana didn't play?
I don't think so. I could be wrong.
Radiohead.
Kurt might have been dead by... Kurt would have been dead by then
94.
Because it would have been summer of 94. He died in April.
Okay, so yeah, Nirvana definitely didn't play. I wonder if... I'm going to guess Stone Temple Pilots probably played.
Dave Grohl might have been there. He
been.
Plays with fucking...
I don't think he was...
a bazillion different bands.
Yeah, well, he's a fucking...
He might have been with someone pre-Foo Fighters, even.
He's an underrated...
You know, he plays drums for, or at least he did, for Tenacious D.
Did he?
Yeah, like their second the movie album.
Yeah.
All that drumming is Dave Grohl.
Huh.
Because the first album's acoustic, pretty much, and yeah, the second album is the film album, and that has Dave Grohl. When they were on like SNL, Dave Grohl played the drums.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of bands, dude. Like,
Oh, I know. He's a beast. The man's a beast.
He played with like Typo Negative or Kill Switch Engage or one of those bands for a while.
Oh, there's Mom. All right. Hey guys, we're gonna go to the podcast. Podcast is coming to an end. Mama Dukes is home.
Hey, stay lazy, Susans.
Hi, Mom.